Why do they keep lying about Social Security? I just don't get it. I don't get it. So, is it ignorance? Is it lie? This is the weirdest thing. All right, so what's the name? F. Chuck Schumer is going to put the Social Security Fairness Bill up to a vote in the Senate at the end of this week or something like that. And it's fantastic. 62 co-sponsors. That sucker's going to pass with flying colors. Hopefully Sniffy Joe signs it. And it's literally fair to pass this to repeal the WEP and the GPO. You can argue about you really can't make an argument, man. You can't. I guess you could make an argument about no, I don't think you could. Because the GPO just affects you. Anyway, so let's talk. I guess in some way you could. I think the argument's stupid. But what happens here? Now, my man Andrew Biggs makes a couple valid points that this will hurt the Social Security Trust Fund. It will make it quicker to Social Security be exhausted. You can't argue against that. That's true. More benefits paid out, less revenue coming in. Inherently, it'll make the Social Security benefit system less strong. There's no two ways around that. So anyone who argues against that is just, they're not arguing in good faith. However, this doesn't change away from the fact that WEP and GPO are benefits that are entitled to the taxpayers who paid into it. And yet all the naysayers, I'm going to show you an article that just pissed me off. They act like they're getting free money, and they're just not. I don't know how much more I can say on this. I used to believe it. I used to think it was a giveaway to taxpayers who didn't pay anything to it, and out of ignorance. And then one of you guys probably told me about it. I was like, really? I can't remember, but I said, oh, they did pay into it. They should get their money back. That's all there is to it. You paid into it, you should get paid. It's crazy to me. So let's read Reason Magazine, and Senate tees up $200 billion Social Security giveaway to public sector workers. The Social Security Fairness Act will boost payouts to public sector workers who receive pensions and did not pay taxes to support Social Security. That's just not true. Who wrote this? It's just not true. Eric Beam? Bohem? Dude, why do you say that? He says it right here. Then he's got a little asterisk right here. The Senate is reportedly set to vote on a bill boosting Social Security to public sector workers who receive pensions and did not pay taxes to support Social Security while working in the public sector. And we're going to go down here, and he said, I had to... This piece has been updated to clarify that WEP rules only apply to public sector workers. Workers who also earn income through the private sector jobs paid Social Security taxes and may qualify for Social Security benefits. So he had put this on there. He said, public sector workers who receive pensions and did not pay taxes to support Social Security. That is unequivocally, absolutely a bald-faced lie, Eric Beam. And you should go pound some freaking sand. The facts are these people paid into the Social Security system. Taxes were withheld from their paychecks to pay for Social Security. 6.2% for OSDI. And that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about 7.65 because the 1.45 goes to Medicare. 6.2% was withheld from their paychecks and their employers' paychecks. And if they're self-employed as 1099 workers, from both. Just because they happen to have a pension from the federal government does not mean they did not pay into Social Security. If you have no Social Security earnings, i.e. everything you had was, a cop at 18 years old, and you never paid into Social Security, you won't be affected by the WEP or GPO. You want to guess why, Eric? You want to take a wild guess? Because you have no Social Security statement because you paid nothing into it. This lying is just, it's insidious. Is that the right word? Insidious? How do you say that? Insidious or insidious? I don't know. However you say it. I'm from Maine, so we get to pronounce stuff incorrectly, and everyone says, that's so cute. You're from Maine. Yeah. Like, what's the other word? Prescient. Is it prescient or prescient? I don't know. Hell, I used to have a hard time saying important. You know what I'm saying? When you first met me, if you would have known me when I was 14 years old, you would not understand me, dude. I had a deep Maine accent. Even though neither of my parents were born and raised in Maine, I just talked like a freaking Mainer. I said, turn the volume up. The volume? What the hell's a volume? The volume. What the hell's that? Volume? Okay. And then the washing. We got what they say. They say Washington. What the hell is that? Something like that still. Mainers. So gotta love them. Got a love-hate relationship with Mainers. Anyway, why do you say this stuff? It's embarrassing. These aren't people getting something for nothing, man. It's not. I don't get why we. Anyway, all right. So I'm looking forward to this passing. Again, this is the Republican base. I don't understand how many people don't get this. This is the Republican base. Let's look. I wonder if we can. I think I have a chart here about the places where they don't pay into Social Security. And it's. Oh, I'm not. I just don't feel like looking for it. But I think there's I have a chart someplace in my bookmarks and all this crap I got up there. There's counties that don't pay into Social Security. The vast majority are red states that don't pay into Social Security. Counties in red states, red counties. State of Texas, for it. I think. Let me see if I can't find it. I'm not going to be able to find it, I'm sure. By allowing public workers to double dip into retirement benefits they did not contribute toward. If you didn't contribute toward it, you get no Social Security. They'll bill make everyone who did pay for Social Security. Well, it's just, and there's no place to comment on here. Drives you. Oh, we can comment. Ooh, I didn't see that. I'm not going to. Anyway, check this out. Libertarians, it's going to be full of idiotic comments. But here's right here, my man, Vernon Dettner. A bill boosting Social Security payouts to public sector workers who receive pensions do not pay taxes. False. Some public workers who paid little into Social Security during their careers would end up collecting relatively large Social Security benefits. False. This change will obligate the payment of note. Some of them are currently paying the system, but they did pay into the system. Retirement benefits they did not contribute. False again. 100%, man. And then he says, go read the effing bill and try again. Vernon, you are the man of all men. I appreciate that, brother. If I were a drinking man, I'd buy you a pint of Guinness. I don't know if Vernon, is that a Deppner? What kind of name is Deppner? I don't think he's a drunk Irishman like me, but I'm not good. What if some tax foundation? Let me check. Hold on a second. Hang tight, my friend. Of course, I can't find it. Organization is not my skill set. It's just not. But anyway, if you look at the counties that fall under weapon GPO, just all, not all, a good sizable amount are in red states, and sizable are red counties. These are red voters. Why would Republicans not want to why would you not want to benefit your own voters, man? So kudos to the Republican Party for pushing us through the House. Kudos to the Republican Party for not filibustering in the Senate. And I'd love for Trump to get the credit for it, but he won't because Sniffy Joe is going to get it. And good way to go out, Sniffy. I mean, my goodness, you can go sniff little girl's hair, and I'm not sure why you're not in prison for that, but whatever. Sniffy Joe out there with his crazy doctor wife, and Big Mike and Obama out there just freaking. I don't know. They went to D.C. without a pot to pee in, and now they're multi-millionaires. That's kind of weird. Nothing odd about that, but hey, man, good stuff. Just I don't get why the right wing's gonna lie. It can't be this ignorant, dude. Remember how web works, by the way. All they do is they reduce the first bend point from 90 basis points to 40. That's what they do. They reduce it. So instead of getting 1100, the first bend point is 1100. You get 90% of that, so 990. I think you get 450 on that or something like that. That's all it is. That's how web works. GPO is a whole different bag of worms, which I'm not going to get to here, but you're only helping your own constituents. All right. Love your thoughts. God bless.